Everyone, welcome to Diary of a Farmer's Daughter. Today I want to talk about um, a topic I've titled Immersion to Harvest, the process in between. Immersion to harvest and the process in between. Okay, so now as catfish farmers, we know that when we immerse our fish in water, we immerse them in water with the intention of growing them to when they get to harvest period at your target weight. Now, from the time you put them in water, so when they grow to that stage or to the weight that you want to sell them, quite a lot happens in between. Quite a lot happens in between. So that process in between is what we want to talk about today. So you've put your fish in water already. Next thing you want to think about is the spacing. You know, have you overcrowded them in the pond where you kept them? Have you overstocked them in the pond where you kept them? You know, so that's what you need to think about. Many times we find that because we think the fish they are small, maybe fingerlings, maybe juvenile, you jam pack them into one pond. Fine, and it looks as if okay, that one can contain them for now. Fair enough. But don't take too long. You should take about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sort them. 2 to 3 weeks, sort them. You spread your fish out. This will help you increase their growth rate. Then the next thing you look at is your feeding. How are you feeding them? How are you feeding them? Do you feed them regularly? What feeding method have you adopted? How do you feed? How many times do you feed? Once, twice, 3 times? What type of feed are you using? Are you using the foreign? Are you using local? Are you using the self-made or indigenous feed as I call them? What are you using? Make sure you use whatever feed you choose to use, you should ensure you use quality feed and ensure you use feed appropriate size. When I say that, I mean the fish feed that is appropriate to the size of the fish itself. Another thing you think about in between this immersion to harvest period is your water management. What's your water management like? That one can make or mar your business. Fish live and breathe in water. For fish, water is life. What's your water management like? When I stocked my first set of catfish, they said to me, juveniles, in fact, it was the breeder who said that to me. He said, don't, uh, don't change the water every day, or don't change it every 2 days. In fact, you can leave the water for like a week. I said, I kept quiet, but I had done a lot of research already before this. So whether he said that, whether I didn't say what I wanted to do, I was going to do. So I just laughed. I said, oh, if you decide to leave your fish for 1 week, results will show. You will get casualties. Without changing water, you're asking for trouble. Change your water every 2 days, once in 2 days. Don't do every day because every day will stress your fish out. Every 2 days, don't let it exceed the third one. This is because they live in the water, they poo in that water, their waste is in the water, and they breathe in that water. So if you want that water to be okay for them, to have enough dissolved oxygen for them to move and eat properly, you need to ensure that you have a good water changing routine. Water changing routine is crucial. Even your feeding routine is crucial. Maintain specific time that you feed them. Know what you are doing. You find that even when you space your fish properly too, that you reduce cannibalism. You also increase the way they eat. If you were feeding like one bowl to one pond before, by the time you space them, you find that those that were not eating now have opportunity to eat. I discovered recently I sorted out my juveniles and I haven't sorted them out. Their feeding increased. Their feeding increased, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that. The process in between, what happens in between? That's where you have your sweat and tears. If you miss that part, your harvest is doomed. You won't get anything out of it. So you think of your feed, you think of sorting, you think of spacing, you think of your water management. If possible, have a water change tracking record. Track your water changing. Track it. Track it. Maybe later when I talk about records in catfish farming, I will show some of the things that I've done. So if you want a good harvest at the end of the day, what do? The process in between. Take care of that process in between. Nothing happens by magic. If you don't follow the process, then you won't have anything. There is no shortcut in it. Do it and do it well. There's this poster we have in the house here. It says, do it once and do it well. Don't cut corners. No shortcuts. Do it once, do it well. Space your fish out properly, feed them appropriately, do your water change, and you won't have any issues. You won't have any issues. You won't have issues as such. For those who have concrete pond, ensure you do adequate maintenance so that you don't have seepage of water coming from the ground into your pond that could cause casualties for you. That happened to me during the Easter period. I did not know that one of the ponds I had a leakage from under, and it was bringing in different water into the pond. That made me lose over 300 pieces of juvenile. It was a heartbreaking experience for me. We've since sorted the problem, but I mean, if I'd seen it before time, then I wouldn't have had the problem. Maintenance is crucial. The process in between. The process in between determines your success or failure in catfish farming. Don't lose guard, though. Stand up well and take care of that process. All right. If this sounds like something that has helped you, go ahead and like, share, and interact with our page. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.